All right, what's up, everyone? I don't know how many of you have seen this clip going around. It's a fun one. We got some opinions on it. It's this jazz club, Smalls Jazz Club, and this jam session with this fella in the blue puffer on the sixth string here. So he's going to crash out. And the crash out has been making circulation in the more niche circles of the online music communities. So let's just take a look at the clip and let's get into it a little. So this is 3 hours into an open jam session. People are sitting in, having their solos, up and down the stage they go. Cutting teeth, as they call it. Chopping heads, as they might say. So let's take a look here.
Thanks for letting me fucking solo, asshole.
He's mad.
Get out of here. Get out.
They don't want
No
him.
one wants you here.
Dude,
Leave.
play Spain. None of you can play Spain.
What does that mean?
It's a Chick Corea tune. Everyone knows that.
Get out of here.
There's commotion. Lots of commotion. They're approaching him. They're encircling him even.
You know who you're talking to? A self-taught fucking legend.
You're not doing that on
I've never heard any of these
We're not
songs that I
doing
can play
this on the
right
stage,
fucking
man. Calm the
along.
fuck down, bro.
And none of you can play Spain, and I can play it perfectly.
Okay.
Play Spain. No, I don't want to.
No.
So that's the clip. The self-taught fucking legend emerges. Now, the internet has been dogpiling on this fella. Like so many hungry hyenas on rotting carrion. And I'm not really here for it. I don't like this type of culture at all. I don't like this groupthink. It's fun to kick someone, to encircle and stomp on them. Now, let me say, of course, he's being a jackass by, whining on stage, of course. This is 3 hours into the session. This is not the first time he acted out. In fact, hours of this night go by with him basically terrorizing these jazz nerds, and no one says anything. It takes quite a while. So he's this self-taught guy, obviously not from the, Manhattan School of Music. He's probably coming in feeling very othered, very adversarial,
When I play the piano and when I'm away from the piano, I occasionally look differently from other people, and this has caused dislike from people.
Maybe not super confident in what he can do, and maybe just wants to be a part of this, but doesn't know how. He's not completely socialized to this scenario. Now, these jazz nerds, they're very socialized. These are people who have grown up in art schools, high schools, with an emphasis on creativity. They've done this pipeline. So it's all very normal to them on how to act, the etiquette of this. This is basically the bourgeoisie clamping down on the This is basically the bourgeoisie clamping down on the proletariat. They don't know how to handle this feral animal, this feral jazz adjacent psycho. And now they're all over him on the internet. People are making responses, TikToks, and blog posts, and so on. This guy really ruffled some feathers. Here's the thing. If you've never seen one of these guys before, and they come in many forms, you need to learn how to identify this guy. He's the guy at the party who busts out the acoustic guitar. He's the guy at the skate park who's mastered 3 tricks on the biggest obstacle. It's a pick-me. It's a sort of schizophrenic pick-me type of person. And you need to learn how to identify these people in the moment, in real time, not just after the fact when it's fun and cool. And when I was researching situation. I come across this blog post on somebody's Substack, which is wild to me. I guess people have nothing better to do. And this person thinks that the guy is a troll. It says here, this is clearly a troll. Maybe to the amateur. But to an expert such as myself, it's quite obvious that he is sincere in his efforts. He's not doing this for attention in the way this person is suggesting. He's doing it for attention. He wants to be the cool guy at the party. He wants to be the guy he thinks he is. In his mind, he is the cool guy at the party, and he's just revealing it to you. Now, there's worse things in life than someone who's a bit of a jerk. So people are dogpiling on this guy. They're doing blog posts. So they're dogpiling on him. And I just think this is something subtle, part of our current culture that I don't want to just let go by. So I think it is extremely cuck beta to have an opinion that's, it's going to be well received by your little in-group. And I think these jazz nerds are gatekeeping the wrong stuff, honestly. They're gatekeeping politeness and sanctity. And you have to understand, when you're dealing with artists, you're dealing with the mentally unwell. And that can be annoying. That can be, a displeasure perhaps. But you have to learn to gain an appetite for it. You can't just put 9 sugars in your coffee. You have to appreciate bitterness, richness, depth of the human experience, especially if you're in artist circles. Most of the great jazz players were not palatable to be around. And of course, I'm not suggesting that being unpalatable is the way or even an indicator of greatness. But I mean, look at them. Look at the Monks, the Davises, the Pistoriuses, the Minguses, and so on. It's very, very common that there's a certain prickliness about them. And you can't hate a cactus for being a cactus. You just have to appreciate it for what it is. So this guy's self-taught. He's not a troll. I've watched quite a bit of the footage. It's a 4-hour jam. There's many indicators that he's not a troll. The way he solos, the way he bends notes, the way he is navigating the whole situation. This person here on this blog says, my tentative guess is that he's competent in jazz on another instrument, maybe say drums, but also knows a little guitar. This is wrong, a bad take, wrong, misinformed, and proof that people just want to get their opinion on something negative to prove that they're part of the good, which is embarrassing. You need to learn how to identify these people and deal with it in the moment. And here would be my solution. Here's how you deal with these people. All right, so he says in the clip here, none of you can play Spain, I can play it perfectly, which is a Chick Corea tune, nice syncopated kind of a melody.
Fucking along.
Calm the fuck down, bro.
And none of you can play Spain, and I can play it perfectly.
Okay.
Now listen.
No. I think we should play Spain so we can play.
Yeah, we fucking should.
Someone says, I think we should play Spain, which is the appropriate response. And then listen still. There's going to be more commentary on it. The next man suggests that he himself will sit out. He doesn't know Spain. Nobody knows Spain.
Yo, don't get it. This ain't your playground.
I don't even know Spain, so I'll sit out.
I don't even know Spain. I'll sit out.
Know the melody for Spain?
Does anyone know the melody?
Does anybody know the melody for Spain?
Play Spain. I guess we can't play Spain. Ha. No. You can't play Spain. The joke's on you. You, in fact, are the clown. You are the kook that is to be mocked. You are the kook that is to be mocked. You can't play Spain, and you're clowning him. This is crazy to me. This is crazy. And the one person who said we should play Spain, whatever, that's the appropriate direction. When someone is so amped up on radiating their own greatness and you think it's foolish and ridiculous, You should give them the stage, and here's why. You give them the stage because only two things can happen. They show up, they play their riff, they play their lick, and it's incredible. What's wrong with that? Oh, you have to maybe roll back your words a little and say, hey, man, I got it all wrong. You really have this thing down. You're really one of us. We thought you were a sick little freak, but it turns out you're our sick little freak. Come back next week. No, cowards. These people are cowards in this video. I'm willing to put my name, stake my name and reputation that the people at Small's Jazz Club are cowards. That's right. Bring them out, back, and finish them. But the other scenario of what could happen is that our anti-hero in the blue puffer goes up. You say, all right, no one knows Spain, brother man. But we want to hear it. We want to hear what you so badly want to show us. You give them the platform. You let them, Shakespeare said, hoist by my own petard. Let them tie the noose. Because if he doesn't kill it, he fumbles. He fumbles and bumbles, which is his own type of entertainment. You don't even have to boo. You don't have to thumb your nose up at him. The art itself will speak. And sure, he'll probably play it and then say, you guys don't get my genius. That's fine. We need these people. We can't have only square academia dorks running music and art. And that is unfortunately what's happening because of school. You shouldn't go to school for this stuff. You really shouldn't. You should find suitable mentors and, talented individuals and try and spend some time with them. School is made up. They don't know. They don't know how to play this stuff. This is very in the box, It's like this secret kind of language. And I'm not talking jazz. I'm talking like jazz school, jazz adjacent, jazz club. It's like this secret language. And when you don't do it, they all laugh at you. And that's really why most of these musicians are playing, is for an acceptance in a community that gives them a sense of worth, an intellectual feigning as artistic emotional depth, feigning, but it's just a bravado. It's a hidden bravado. Yeah, you need to learn how to identify these people in the moment when it's happening. And if you think the person is kooky, this guy's he's not a dangerous guy. He's just a little freaky. He's stomping around. He's probably used to things going his way. He obviously plays alone a lot. Identify that and give him his space. Maybe someone who's just not quite as social, not quite as socialized. These jazz nerds, they're very socialized to this stuff. As I said, they come up in this community, so they slowly brainwash each other on how it's all supposed to be, which any insular community is like, which is why I remain on the outside. In the skate park, it's like if someone keeps snaking you, crossing your line, getting in your way. Maybe it's a little kid, maybe it's not. But at some point, you're just going to kind of be like, well, you're either going to find your own lane and just work around it, which honestly is part of the fun. Because it's like a new challenge. You should take that on as a challenge. You should try and play Spain with him, honestly. I'd play Spain with him perfectly first time. You don't need to practice something like that. It's so beneath you. Or you just give him a little coaching. I'm not saying you give him the full download in one jam. Say, hey, here's this and that and this and that and this. But you just kind of, you get him a little more hip to the way you want to get down with it. So shame on Smalls Club and the patrons thereof. You should do more. You are gatekeeping the wrong things. You think it's all about tempo and key changes. It's about personality. shining through. And this is a lost opportunity, because if the booker here had any sense, he would say, listen, kid. He'd say, listen, kid, you're on this Saturday, 15 minutes. You got it. Self-taught fucking legend. People would actually show up. We need this type of belief, you know? And everyone is so down for mental health, mental wellness. Oh, yeah, you can always talk to me if you're not feeling great. But what if someone's not feeling great in the moment? Can they talk to you then? Can you listen then? Do you have space? Are you going to hold space for them then? It doesn't seem like it, New York, Manhattan.
Look at this square. It was a shithole when I worked here. Now it looks like New York, Manhattan. Where are the bums?
I'm not seeing that type of human empathy here. That's why I hate this. That's why I hate this pile on. It's so easy to pile on a person like that. So you either create a villain.
We've been doing this together. You're part of this.
We didn't do anything together.
We did. What did we just do? I asked you to bring him in the light, and you did. We're such a good team.
We're not a team.
I never could have gotten him out of there. I'm not physical. My strength is up here. I mean, I had all the pieces. I had the answers, but I didn't know how to make them listen. You gave me that.
I gave you nothing.
You showed me what was possible.
You showed me all it takes is fear and a little focused violence.
Or you give someone a little self-correction and see, week after week, if they want to be a part of the slow cooker. Among the dog pile is this classical guitar player, Sore Hands, which is a play on Fernando Sor, old-timey classical guitar composer. Really funny. I thought that's really funny. So he has his take. His thing is kind of, okay, I'm reviewing things from this elevated perspective, but I'm humble. I'm John Lennon. Here's what he has to say.
Also, another thing, picking a Chick Corea tune as your ultimate pinnacle of virtuosity and, like, outshining everybody else in the room, it's a strange pick to me. I might get a little bit of hate for this, but Chick Corea, in my opinion, is sort of the Steely Dan of jazz. And I don't mean that in any kind of bad way, because Steely Dan, if I'm listening to rock music, I'm tearing Steely Dan up. That stuff's really great. But, you know, it's a little, like, silly and weird, and, like, I guess if I put myself in his shoes and I wanted to try to, like, show everyone I'm better, I would maybe pick, like, some Coltrane tunes or something.
Oh, you'd pick some Coltrane tunes or something. That's what everyone does. We don't need another Giant Steps on acoustic guitar. We don't need a Giant Steps on pan flute.
Told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
It's not the 60s anymore. You people need to grow up. We can't just keep talking about Casablanca, Schindler's List. You know, he's saying this is like a Steely Dan level of jazz. Well, you named yourself off Fernando Sor. And I mean, honestly, I would say Fernando Sor is the Steely Dan of classical music. So think about that. And the last thing is, while I was recording this, our chief field correspondent, JD, sent me this video. And I'm not kidding. This happened while I was recording this. So this guy, Aaron Schwartz, the self-taught effing legend, he's on Instagram now. And he's having a little fun. I can play Spain perfectly. Fun fact, I have the same birthday as legendary guitarist Pat Metheny. And let's see the video he posts.
Hey guys, my name's Aaron. I want to say
It says, I'm sorry
for anybody I might have offended. I just want to let you know it's not my intention to offend anyone or anything. I just get extremely worked up about music, and I let my emotions get the best of me time and time again.
He's obviously choked up.
I just want to learn to play music at a high level. That's all.
What an absolute sweetheart. Yes, I'll follow. Absolutely. Come on, man. Book this guy. He just wants that. It's scary walking into these like jazz situations where everyone has that typical type of feeling, it's a lot. If you didn't grow up in it, it's a lot. It's like going into a new country, a language that you've been diligently practicing, but you've had no one to practice with. And you're hoping you can kind of pass the vibe check, like you know, they won't just laugh at you. And for some people, that makes them very defensive and feral and back against the wall. You know, that's a maturity thing. You have to grow out of that. But I don't know. I feel for this guy, man. I feel for it. And I don't like this type of culture that necessarily finger points at everything that doesn't fit in. As artists, we're supposed to be on the other side of that. We're supposed to be like, come in the garden, plant yourself. Let's see how you take root. You know, you have to have tolerance and acceptance for the weird and wacky. And when they prove themselves dangerous or harmful, sure, weed them out. But overall, let fools be fools. Let people grow. Let it get a bit weird. And if it gets too weird, then just deal with it like a grown up, okay?
He was my dog. I'll do it.
Now, just be yourself, okay? That's what this is all about.
Now, yes.